Zane Clodfelter with OttersTV here with Evansville catcher, first baseman, designated hitter Dakota Phillips. This is your fourth year in Evansville?
Yeah,
so one of the veterans of the team. And how has just the longevity here led to a leadership role? How have you embraced that here in 2023?
I think I've embraced it a lot. Just kind of having the experience under my belt and trying to take a lot of the young guys under the wing and teach them part of the game and how to be a professional. And it brings a sense of a little more patience being here for so long and kind of understanding how things go. So just trying to be a guy that can give some wisdom to some of the young guys and kind of help them be professionals.
And then this season, it seemed like there was an influx of young talent there that you really had to guide and lead in spring training. How have all the newcomers here in 2023 adjusted to this environment?
They've been good. We've been blessed to have an experienced pitching staff. They've been doing a phenomenal job keeping the runs where they are, and allows us to kind of learn from our mistakes as hitters. And they've come into it the past couple of months. A lot of guys that you can see have changed full circle since spring training, and it's pretty exciting time in August. Everybody's kind of on the last stretch, like home stretch, and everybody's kind of feeling their swings and feeling their confidence, and so it's going to be an exciting rest of the season.
You mentioned the pitching staff. You have the best seat in the house when it comes to the pitching staff, being the catcher for a majority of the games. What stands out about the starting rotation for the Evansville Otters? Different pitchers, but still a lot of consistency among them.
Yeah, and I think that's that word exactly, consistency. Each guy that comes out of the bullpen, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get guys that are going to fill up the strike zone, and they've got plus stuff, and they're not afraid to challenge people, and you kind of get that consistently on a day-to-day basis, and that's all you can ask for as a catcher and as a hitter, is the pitchers getting you in and out of the field pretty quickly, and just keeping the pace of the game up.
And then you're one of the players for Andy that has a lot of versatility. I mentioned you play multiple positions. How does the adjustment for, say, playing first base differ than if you were going to prepare to be a catcher that particular night?
Catching, you need a little bit more flexibility. So normally I do a little bit more stretching and stuff like that, but just kind of listening to my body and understanding what I need in those days, and not trying to overdo it, because it is a 90-game season, so less is sometimes more. And first base, it's pretty simple. It's kind of an off day for me from catching, so just trying to not do too much and try to give my body a day off from catching. So
the late Bill McCune, who, our former analyst, he was a former catcher back in his day, and he always talked about the pains and the bruises and the bumps that you get from the catching position. So is there anything you do on that coveted off day every week on Monday to help you heal after what is a grueling, sometimes painful time behind the plate?
Not a whole lot. I'm kind of used to it by now, doing it my whole life, so it's just part of my job. That's how I look at it. It's just another day for me. On the off days, I'm just trying to take care of my body and eat and hydrate and be ready for the next 6 games the next week.
And then you mentioned August, and this is really crunch time, the push for the postseason, and this is an Otters franchise that has been a normal player in that postseason discussion. So what are going to be some keys here over the final month of the season for both you and your teammates to get to the finish line and have an opportunity to win a third championship?
I think it's going to come down to getting ahead with the pitchers, getting ahead of hitters, and getting us off of the field quickly. And for the hitting side, it's, take every pitch and every at-bat like it's your last one. Don't take a pitch off. Don't take a pitch off when you're on the base pass. And hitting with runners in scoring position. That's the difference that makes good teams great, and teams that are good makes them championship teams, is you're not going to get these 5-6 run innings in postseason baseball. You're not facing, the downside of people's bullpens. You're facing their best arms, and every single run counts. And so you have to keep your head in the game the whole time, and hitting them with runners in scoring position. That one run in the second or third inning might be what helps you win the game in the ninth.
And then final thing, you have been here and for a long time and have been a veteran of this team. You've had the ability to probably play in every one of the Frontier League ballparks. So I do want to ask you, as someone who's experienced everything the Frontier League has to offer, your favorite ballpark and city to play in, and then your least favorite for whatever reason.
Ooh. My favorite, is probably Bossy Field.
Okay.
I mean, there's just nostalgia about it, and the fans here, I love all of them. I mean, just how when they call your name and your walk-up song plays and everybody goes crazy for you, it's hard to beat anywhere else. And my least favorite, that's tough.
Could be multiple ones too.
Probably New Jersey.
Okay.
It's just playing on a football field, and it's just not set up. They're on a new field this year, and it's just not what you expect professional baseball should be. So
no, and then the turf has to be another element of it too, especially as a catcher, right?
Yes. The turf is not the best, and the backdrop is not ideal, and the fence the field dimensions aren't ideal either. So
yeah, well, luckily you get to play a majority of your games in Frontier League play right here at Bossy Field.
Exactly.
So he's Dakota Phillips. I'm Zane Clodfelter. This has been OttersTV.
This is Parker Brahms, pitcher here for the Evansville Otters. Welcome to OttersTV. You can find more content on the Otters YouTube channel.